Hey, it's me, Destin. Welcome back to Smarter Every Day 2. This is the second channel where I go deeper into the subject matter, and I'm going to show you something pretty cool. I'm going to take you to Finland today. So you may or may not know that I enjoy analog film photography. Film is something that people quit using for a while, and now people are using it more and more. It's becoming very popular, but there's this problem. You've got these old cameras that were manufactured in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s even, but they're not being made anymore, and people want them. So what do? Do you go find a broken one and fix it? Well, there's this organization in Finland called Camera Rescue Project, which also has something to do with Kamerastore with a K. There are these people that they will take an old camera like this, they'll buy it from somebody, and they'll fix it. And this is what's part of what's called the circular economy, meaning we have a product that went out into the market, it got used for a while, but then, it's in a state of disrepair and it needs to be fixed, and we inject new life into it, and it goes back out into the market again. It's a really interesting concept, and the guy that started this organization in Finland is sitting right beside me. His name is Juho. Yeah?
Yeah.
So circular economy is a really big deal to you, right?
I feel like things need to be used as long as they can.
Okay. It's a really interesting thing that you've created here. So here's what I'd like to show you. You're basically going to explain all this to us in Finland. We're in the city where you're from. It's Tampere.
Tampere.
Yeah. Tampere? E or A?
E-R-E.
E-R-E, Tampere. Yeah. So we're going to go to Tampere, Finland, and we're going to see the business that Juho and his friend Jussi, who you'll meet, they set this up, and they're breathing new life into these cameras. And even if you're not a photographer and you don't care about film photography, I think you will find this interesting because this is a new concept called the circular economy, and this is a thing that's probably going to happen more and more. Would you agree?
It's blowing up in Europe, so in the US it's gonna come soon.
It's going to happen?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Finland and let's learn about the Kamerastore, or just Kamerastore with a K, right? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's check it out. In this video, you're going to see things like us looking at all these different camera parts. You're going to hear the philosophy that Jussi and Juho have. You're even going to see a film vending machine. There's a lot of really cool stuff they have going on there. Hey, it's me, Destin. Welcome back to Smarter Every Day. I'm in Tampere, Finland, and today we are going to see the organization that is repairing more analog film cameras than any other organization in the world. At least that's my understanding. Let's give it a shot. You guys work at Camera Rescue?
I'm more of a student or intern, but he is one of the mechanic.
Yeah, but so you work on the cameras?
Yeah.
Awesome. Very cool. Yeah. So you guys are working on analog? I'm filming, obviously. I hope that's okay. Yeah. So there it is, Kamerastore. Oh, there we go. Video recording in progress. That's funny. Oh yeah. Thank you. Hello. How's it going? What's up, man?
Welcome.
As if we don't know each other. I've been hanging out with you the whole time.
Yeah. The first things first in Finland, coffee.
Yes.
You want a drink from a Canon mug?
Oh, it doesn't matter. I'll drink from what's the most Finnish mug you have?
The most Finnish mug is this old military mug.
Oh, that's the one then.
And these used to be in the military back in the day.
Oh yeah, that's the one then.
Fotosidan.
That's a Swedish magazine?
Yeah, it's like a photography magazine in Sweden. And they came in to visit in May and did a...
Oh, look at you. You have different hair then. Look at that.
Yeah, I was clean, not in the middle of summer.
Yeah.
Like now I have all kinds of things.
Scragglies.
Yes. But they did an article about the school basically and about testing cameras and
How you do it.
yeah.
So this right here, this is a machine I want to see.
Mm-hmm.
This is a way you check the light going in. Yeah, I'm excited to see that. So what do you guys do here?
We used to be just a store, but nowadays we try to save analog photography for the next generations, and by that we focus on cameras, because there's obviously Kodak, which you know more about, and then there's other players that are doing film and are developing and are doing the chemistry side, but there isn't that many players doing rescuing of camera know-how for the next generations. So we have a school, we obviously source cameras and we source spare parts, and we have a kind of a little Noah's Ark for analog cameras here in Tampere, Finland.
So Juho is sandbagging just a little bit. This man is smart. And he is, we talked about it for quite a while. You actually did an analysis to figure out what needed to happen, right?
Yeah, we did.
So cameras are strategic for you.
Yeah, or mainly when I did the analysis, I wanted to know that if there is analog photography has a future, and can I create jobs for people that depend for there to be analog photography having a future for decades. Because if you are starting to learn a craft, you don't want to do it for 2 years and it's a hype of analog photography, and then you're out of a job. So that was the main purpose of doing this Save Analog Cameras survey that we did both in 2017 and 2020.
You did a survey.
Yeah.
And you figured out film was hopefully going to be here to stay.
Yeah.
People were still going to shoot film.
Yeah.
But no one was making cameras.
Yeah, no one was making cameras, and no one was even looking out so that there would be cameras and spare parts and know-how. All of the master technicians were over retirement age and alone. Most of them didn't have a master pupil, how do you call it, like mentorship status with anyone. So the know-how was bleeding out fast and almost got extinct. But
so you're trying to fight the brain drain.
Yes, and also like there's things like manuals for servicing cameras, and this is a complicated world because all of the camera brands obviously kept their knowledge to themselves,
right,
to the very end. There was very few, or there were no official places that did all camera brands, for example.
Yeah.
And now we are kind of reverse engineering, and we have old masters who have, some have these brands and some have these brands, and we're trying to get a complete of every brand being factory trained by an old master.
So I actually dropped one of my old analog film cameras, the MAP 124G.
Yeah.
So I went and sent it to Mark Hama.
Yeah.
And he repaired my camera.
Yeah.
So you have people like that for all the cameras here?
Well, not yet, but we have for I think 6-7 brands factory trained person. So that it's quite a lot.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have all the crazy cameras I want to see?
Well, yeah, we have those too.
Yeah.
So we could do a little tour. And there's things in 3-4 floors in this building. So.
Okay.
So there's a lot to see. Do you want to go around technically with a camera? Like if a camera would arrive, would you like to go through that route, or just?
Is that typically how you do it?
That's kind of typically how we do it. That ends up in the showroom with all the nice cameras that you want to play with.
Yeah.
There's steps in between, obviously.
Okay, so our whole idea here with the circular economy is now about to kick off. And I have a list here. These are different steps.
Yeah.
So the first thing you do is you have to identify the thing, right?
Yeah, otherwise how would you know what you have?
Okay, and then after that we have to test it. So you have some kind of diagnostics for testing?
Yes, for cameras it's obvious that there's testing procedures, but how do you test clothes when in circular economy?
So these things that we're talking about here work for all of circular economy?
Yeah, it's the same steps in a way.
Okay, so you have identify, testing, repairs, obvious, and then you have spare parts. So spare parts you would include into the repairs, or if you can't repair it, it becomes spare parts, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you list it and you sell it and then you ship it to the new customer.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are the steps in the circular economy, and we're going to show how these are applied here at the Kamerastore, and we'll show them on the screen as we're going through the different steps.
So,
this looks like my house.
Yeah. So this is basically where cameras arrive.
Most of these are analog.
Yes.
Wow. So I purchased like 6 of these recently, only a few of which work.
So this is a spare parts bin.
So TLR, twin lens reflex, analog camera right there. Then you've got the old point and shoot 35 millimeters.
Yeah.
Wow.
So these are all going down to the belly of the beast as spare parts. I'll show you our spare part collection. So these have deemed to be, broken in some sort of way. They've been analyzed. They've given a barcode, and the results are in our IT system. So then, if someone would start, for example, repairing Yashica MG1s, there would be 20, 30, 50 spare part bodies downstairs, and then he can check, like, okay, I want to start with the ones with the light meter failing, for example, and get all of them together and do them as a batch, hopefully, instead of figuring out stuff one camera at a time, which is very slow. We try to figure out one camera at a time, but then have 50 of the same, so that then you can start doing a bit batchy wise.
I have this exact thing at my house. What is that? That long thing? No, the other
Long
one.
thing?
Yeah.
It's a, let's see, Nikon
Is that
or
for a
Canon.
Nikon?
It's a Canon F1, the old one.
So it's just a really, really big spool.
250
250
frames.
photos?
It's 30 feet.
Yeah, it was mainly for they used for school photos and anything that you wouldn't want to reload every 36 shots. You would put one of those.
250 frames.
And so you get things like this in all the time?
This is probably second what I'm seeing, so
Really?
not all the time.
So so you get a thing like that, and then you have to figure out if it's worth selling.
This is probably worth selling. The matter is when we're gonna find a buyer. Because not everyone wants this, but
Hey, what was your name again?
Aki.
Aki. I'm Destin. Nice to meet you. So you pay people. You pay people for these cameras.
Yeah, we buy cameras in and clean them and sell out.
Oh, okay.
And
So
repair.
you're not just taking in cameras like stray dogs. You're actually buying these cameras.
Well, you're just starting here, so you need to go whole process through until you understand what we're doing. So I'm not buying anything. People send us offer and they come in, and I just open them up and put them in the process for checking.
Got
And
it.
after they're checked, we're gonna make the final offer, the actual offer, because we can't make a reasonable offer without checking the items. Because people say it's perfect, and usually it's not, and people say it's bad, and we figure out, okay, it's working perfectly, so we can offer more or offer less.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, can you put notes on the cameras in your system?
You really wanna have this?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Okay.
Yes.
You actually could take it with you.
I'm making it weird.
We can take it to cleaning and then to the pricing guys, because we don't know pricing in this end.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
We can move it forward in the process.
Take that to the next.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
And,
life of a camera.
Yes.
the life of a camera at Kamerastore. My name is Destin.
I'm Emily.
Emily.
Yes.
Emily, are you bringing in cameras as well?
This actually I just like stickering it and put that into the system.
Ah.
After, because like the customer have been accept our offer, so this is our right now.
Oh, you've purchased it at this point.
The company purchased, not me.
So once you purchase it, you make on the barcode. It goes in the
Yes.
system.
Yeah, this needs some prepare and light seal changing. So I will put a sticker on that and put that on the quill for the team to do it.
Awesome. Thank you. Nice. It's Emily, right?
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
So here you can see basically, for example, this lot is probably only last week. It's waiting for customers to say yay or nay.
These are only last week.
Yeah.
Wow. How's it going? Hey, I'm
is-
Destin. Roman. Nice to meet you, Roman. Are you checking them?
Yeah, me and
How do you
7 other guys.
how do you check a camera without running film through it?
We have tested machines,
Yeah.
like I can show.
This is the main checker.
I mean,
Is this an old machine?
this one is pretty new. It's calibrated by Koritsu in 2020 for us.
Koritsu?
Koritsu is the brand
Okay.
that makes them in Japan. So this is our newest one, but we have more than this. And with these machines you can basically check anything that cameras can do.
Okay. So let me.
It'll be probably funny if we
Is this a flux meter? This is a light flux?
kind of a sensor that can register the curtains, like movement, curtain speed, overall exposure, whatever, everything.
So, hold on. So there's a shutter. So this goes behind the camera?
I guess it'll be easier if I show you with the camera,
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, that'd be easier.
for the sake of showing.
So this is the camera.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Destin.
Lauri.
Laura?
Lauri.
Laura. Nice to meet you. How did I do? Finnish names are hard for me. Did I do okay?
No.
No? That's right, I'm sorry.
So depending on whatever camera it is, you choose correct settings, and then the machine shows you.
Oh, the time in milliseconds.
Yeah, and this is the curtain speed, this is the overall exposure time,
The what?
the exposure time.
Okay.
So this is supposed to be 1,000th of a second, and it looks more like 500. So
Oh, that's okay. So you're setting the camera. So you set the camera to 1,000 frames per or 1,000th of a second. So 1 millisecond.
yep, and it shows me a bit more,
2.2
Yeah.
milliseconds.
which is according to our tolerances.
Yeah, that's about
is-
500. Can I see your chart? So, okay. So let me just make sure I understand this. So, a camera has a shutter. It's
Yep.
actually a curtain. Can I
that-
see the
that-
curtain operate?
That depends on the camera. I can put it like a bit slower, so it's
Yeah. So that is the curtain on the film camera.
Mm-hmm.
So you were putting this in the place of the film.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then you are. Can we do that one more time slowly so I
Yeah.
understand?
So this is test lens,
Uh huh.
and depending on the different machines, you either need lens or don't need lens, and lens.
So is there no aperture in there?
No, there is aperture. So
Okay.
you can also test like how you call it.
Just open.
Yep.
Okay, and so you put.
So for the shutter, you need it wide open for this machine.
Okay, so can I test something?
Yep.
So
Go
if
for
I
it.
want 1/60th of a second, I would expect 16 milliseconds, 16.6, and it's actually 19.2.
Which is okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So what's your tolerance band there?
It's around like 30%
30%.
for the shutters.
Really? So there's some forgiveness there.
Yeah, because like 30% will give you 1/3 of a stop, and 1/3 of a stop, even for slide film, is
Yeah.
not much.
Okay.
And pretty much you should know that these cameras are made like 50 years ago, and
Yes.
they probably will not be like exactly perfect, and even from the factory they had some set of tolerances.
Well, let me ask you this. Can you open the back, please? I have a question.
Yeah.
So if I were to take this camera and if I were mechanically knowledgeable of this camera and I say, oh, the shutter is acting slow, could you apply some oil or lubrication in a certain
No, that's
place?
not exactly how it's supposed to be, but we're servicing this model, so it's possible to service, but it's a little bit more than just open it, put like a bit of oil and close and hope for the best. So usually it will take at least like a bit more complicated disassembly, cleaning, and then lubricating.
Really? So you have to
Yeah.
disassemble the whole camera?
Not exactly like whole, you mean you don't need to break this into all the pieces it was from the factory, but yeah, it's a little bit more than just like pick one part, like put oil, close.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing. And so, So this, how many of these machines do you have?
Quite a few actually.
Really?
I don't really
So is this
know the exact number.
is this from a factory where they used to work on?
Yeah, I mean this one.
I'm
if
noticing.
you
I'm noticing the hardware, like the connectors are from the 90s.
you can see like
On the other side?
I guess.
Can we rotate this way?
It's a little bit tricky to rotate. Let me see. Yeah, here it is. There is a date, you see, and that's the date of the factory calibration.
I can't.
So this one was calibrated by Quartzu in 2020.
2020.
Yeah, that's the newest, I guess, existing.
That's pretty new. Good catch.
We have a 1977 one over there, and a 1983 one over there.
Really?
They are still in use too.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
That you can see there.
Okay, so you just got these cameras here, and if they're, I understand how to do this with a shutter camera with a.
Yeah.
How do you do it with a point and shoot?
Pretty much the same, but all you can check is overall exposure on different EV settings. So as you've seen, yes, we need to be
So
closer
show me
to
on a
the
point and
machine. We need a point and shoot. But yeah, so there is like different EV settings.
That's the shutter timing.
No, that's the light values. Exposure.
I'm
So-
sorry, I don't understand. So your LV setting,
Yep.
I thought you were
it's
saying-
light value.
light value.
Yeah.
So you put the camera in front. I actually have a
Yeah,
camera in my pocket.
Let's.
Can I show you a
yeah.
camera that I have?
Okay.
So I have. Let's see if it's still here.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So I have a Mu.
Okay. Is there a film inside?
There is not film inside.
Okay, then we can just check it.
I got this from the Ukraine
Okay.
before the war. Okay, so I have a Mu. This is a good camera, and these are the ones that the hipsters want right now.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Okay.
okay,
Are
so
you sure that you have a good battery there?
I do have a good battery.
Okay.
Yes.
Then let's check with your battery.
Okay.
So-
You can see my one problem I have is that my battery window here
Oh, it's broken here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of quite common.
for that model.
Yeah, it's just with any models actually. There is a lot of them which like just a piece of tape can fix, but
Yeah. So how
Okay.
would this is a point and shoot camera,
yep.
and so you
So-
can't manually drive things.
We already checked that flash is working, so now we don't need flash. The empty cassette can be used to trick the camera to think that it's 100 ISO now.
Okay, so
Machine
hold on,
is-
let me. You're going fast. So this is
Okay.
the DX code on the back of the film camera,
Yep.
and so you're tricking the camera to
Yep.
thinking using those little metallic pads.
Yep. That it's 100 ISO, and that's exactly what my machine is set.
You set your machine to 100 ISO. Okay.
This one is the overall exposure setting. Sensor in. And I guess your camera is underexposing slightly.
Really?
But again, with the negative film, it's pretty much okay. It's around one stop.
Okay, so I have a question, Roman. So there's light in this room,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
so is the light that's coming in from this
Uh,
window here? Is
that-
it affecting this exposure?
That depends on where is the light sensor in the camera. Here it's there.
Uh-huh.
So as you can see, light from the window doesn't really affect it.
Okay, so I have a Mu that's underexposing.
Yep.
So what would you do? Would this be rejected?
Technically, yes. It's like one stop is a little bit too much. I mean, if you will shoot slide film, it will be visible. With the negative film, it's still okay,
I did a roll of slide film yesterday through
and
that.
it was okay.
I don't know. I haven't
It
developed.
probably will be okay. Film has like some latitude, and then you can also do some adjustments when scanning, so it should be fine.
Okay.
I would say it's not a big problem, but through our process, that probably
So this would be rejected by you.
sad story.
Roman has rejected my camera, and that this feels like a personal rejection. So what can I do?
Just use it. It's a-okay camera.
Yeah.
And you say that film widen is working, so
Yeah.
that's another thing we will check. But yeah, yours have kind of quite a few problems. Like first of all, like cosmetically a bit beaten up. Battery door need to be changed, and overall exposure is like -1 EV.
I paid $200 for it. How did I do?
I guess that's how it works nowadays. But it's still very usable for like normal user. I just don't think we can sell it as like AirKMU on our website.
So on a camera like this, because it has electronics internals, you can't adjust it.
Oh well, probably you can. Like I just don't have enough knowledge to do that.
Okay, I see. So this one would be sold as is by Kamerastore, or you would reject it outright?
I would say without changing the door, at least the battery door, we will not sell it before that.
Do you have any old?
Yeah, we have like a bunch of spare parts.
Can I buy a battery door from you guys?
Oh, that's more for the...
For somebody else?
Yeah. I'm not selling cameras, I'm checking cameras.
Okay, so Roman's job, so we get them in the door over there, Roman checks them, and then we move on to the next part of the process.
Yep.
Okay.
And like depends on what the check-in says. It either will be like repairs, outlet, spare parts, or further to the list, and we try to clean the stuff straight when it comes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Roman. Nice to meet you, man. Yeah. So you're going through each little section here and filming this thing, or cleaning?
Yeah.
What do you start with?
First we like do the exterior cleaning with like it's some alcohol-based like foam.
Okay. Go for it, man.
Basically, I already did it.
Oh, you've already you're done?
Yeah, no, I'm not entirely done yet. I'm about to clean all the like plastic.
Go for
these and the lenses, but
I'll just watch.
so now it's as clean as it basically can get. Because it's been through years of wear and tear, so some scratches just can't get rid of them. Then there's only the viewfinder window for me.
So you go through a lot of chem wipes.
Yeah, sometimes more, sometimes less.
If not, have a great week. Enjoy.
All right, that was the weekly meeting. I learned a lot that I won't tell you, but it's interesting. Every week you do that?
Yeah, every week. Every week at 10 o'clock we sit down for 10 minutes. That's about as much communication as Finnish people can stand weekly. And it's in Monday, so that people, are very well rested after the weekend, so they can take the 10 minutes of communication.
Why was it in English?
Half of the people are now from somewhere else than Finland, so we've started to do it in English, and the company is starting to be in English, which is fine.
Yeah.
We have a super odd language, which is almost impossible to learn, so we can't expect people to learn it, so we just switch to English.
Yeah. And so when you say people are here from other places other than...
At the moment, the furthest is Japanese. We had a New Zealander last year. Then there is three Americans, and then there is...
You'll see. I have a question for you. Is that okay? In just 1 second?
Three Americans, one Russian, what else? One Greek, one originally from Vietnam, but been living already 10 years in Finland.
So it's a very international company.
Yeah, Danish and Norwegian, Swede. So we have the whole Nordics. But yeah, we have. It's hard to keep up.
I'm going to let Juho introduce Jussi. Who is Jussi?
Jussi is my best buddy from when we were 2 years old.
And you guys started the company together?
Yeah, we did that later.
Okay, Jussi's the CEO. I'm about to introduce you.
Yeah.
So you're in charge of the company?
Yes, I am.
All right, so So this is Jussi, and he's very good at ping pong.
Thank you.
He taught me a lot about spin yesterday. It's really good. So you and Juho are friends.
Yes, well, that's how we started. We were neighbors when we were like one and two, living in Vantaa. And well, then we grew up as friends, and then we moved into other countries and back to Finland. But then Juho moved into Tampere with his wife 2010. And then he contacted me since I was already living here, and we have seen each other a few times a year maybe.
Yeah.
But then Juho told me he had a hobby. He had been doing in high school buying cameras and selling cameras, and he was thinking that should he start a business with buying cameras and selling cameras. I had zero idea about cameras, but I knew something about business, and I had my first company which was dealing poker and doing events when I was younger. But then Juho asked me that do I want to help him since I know something about money, and I did. And then I actually saw, because I called old studios asking them that, hey, do you have old film cameras? We are buying film cameras. And then
So you kind of probed to begin with.
Yeah, but
so Juho had the vision, and you had the actual know-how.
well, kind of, but then I was surprised that each studio I called said, oh yes, we have plenty of film cameras, do you want them for free? Or if I said that we are buying them, everybody was, look, please do take them. So then I saw that there's actually something in this, and then we sold them mostly on eBay. eBay was a new thing in Finland, at least at that point. But then film was dead.
Yeah.
Like everybody just wanted to get rid of cameras, and we were buying with one and selling with two, so easy business.
Yeah.
But well, now we have been partners for what, 12 years
12 years.
in this company, so it's quite much more than just being friends.
So friends first, and then business partners.
Yes.
Well,
Has it affected the friendship?
well, sure, but business partners is just like having a family. So if you have a wife, it's one thing. When you have kids, then it's like, is it more? Well, then the wife is also the mother. So Juho is sort of the father, and well, I can be then the mother or whatever. But it's more than just being friends.
So you make sure that things run correctly.
Yes.
Yeah. And so, who would you say, are you the discipline? and Juho, you're the fun? How does this work?
We still have discipline. We have Antti for discipline, I think.
But Juho is the chaotic father who comes like suddenly like free cash everyone, and then he also might say something terrible and insulting, but he's just like going around like crazy father, and I'm then trying to just that when I say something everybody listens, but I try not to say that too much. And then we have the third one, Antti, who is then the like operation officer, who's like having the whip and then the
Every
like
day.
boat and like whipping them every day. And I'm just a captain in my cabin, and I rarely come out. And Juho is then the crazy person going there, but still Juho is the one who knows probably where we're going anyway.
Yes.
But it works out. You guys like working together.
Well, we are like totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We it's like a marriage, I suppose.
Yeah.
It
A
is.
business marriage.
Yeah, a business marriage. I have a wife. But yeah.
So you guys, how many years have you been doing this?
12 years of running it.
12.
Yeah, the first year it was just us two, then there was first employee who was Antti, and then there was second, third. Now it's almost 30 to take care of.
So Jussi, what happens if Canon or Nikon or whoever the smart company is that decides to make a new film camera? What does that do to your company overnight?
I think it would be great, because now we are lacking, like people would want to do this and shoot film, but we are just lacking the cameras that work. We have expensive stuff. I mean, we don't have the shortage of cameras over 500 euros or US dollars, but we have a shortage of 100 euro, like super easy compact camera to start with. But if some Canon, Nikon would come up, or Fuji, with a small, like new compact camera, they would be sold everywhere, but it's just a starting point. We are in the professionalism. If you look like what we are, anyway, those cameras wouldn't compete with the medium format or large format, or even the like old really good SLR cameras. So it would be a jackpot for the whole industry.
You are a smart engineer, so you know how much R&D a camera like this takes. And there's tens of thousands of engineers who have spent their lives designing cameras. And there's I think currently 15,000 different camera models have been made for film. So even if we have one new one or 10 new ones or 15 new ones, it doesn't still give the width of 15,000 different kind of cameras. So all of the second-hand cameras or the vintage cameras will keep going and will be interesting, even though there would be 10 new cameras for the very beginner market or whatever market it would be. But they are not competing against each other. There's so much R&D done in the past decades that it's impossible to reproduce.
Because everybody's going to have their own camera that they want to use.
Yeah.
You're shooting a plow bow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody's going to have their own thing that they find. So once they get into cameras, they're going to find the camera they love.
Yeah, and that's part of why film is so fun. That you can choose. It's like choosing a language worldwide. Like, yes, digital is the English that everyone has to use in a sense, but the other languages are fun. There might be even more fun because it's a secret language like ours. so essentially, you find your niche. Is it a small compact that you can trash, or is it something huge and big and bulky that you take 5 photos a year? But you find it and then you enjoy it.
Yeah. So Jussi, Juho, good dudes.
Did you get your Canon AS1?
Yeah, I think so. Did we?
Oh, it's here.
Where did it go?
It's
Still here?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now it's clean.
Now where does it go?
Now it would go here, which is
Oh, that's a tiny lathe.
so.
That thing is tiny. Look how small the lathe is.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So here would be unsorted stuff. So we would normally put it here. Then
It would just go in here, like just throw in there.
Yeah. Then the
But it doesn't have a bar. Oh, it does have a barcode.
Yeah. Then the sales team would then list it by priority. So they have a priority system. I guess Connor will explain the priority.
Connor, are you cool explaining this? Can I? If I were to, so, I'm gonna buy this camera. So can I put what's the highest priority box here? So this goes in the highest priority bucket.
Yeah.
And then so you're on the sales team.
Yes.
What's your name?
Connor.
Connor.
Hey.
And I'm trying to pick your accent. Where are you from?
New Jersey.
Really?
Yeah.
And you're in Finland.
Yeah, I came here about 2 years ago.
You love it?
Yeah, happy to be here.
Why are you here?
To do this? Yeah, I worked in a similar, much smaller store in the U.S. And
What was it, like KEH or?
no, it was
That's Atlanta.
It's now closed. But
Okay.
yes. Then they sort of recruited me to come here. I do social media and I manage the product team.
Really? So you love analog photography?
Yeah. I only shoot digital for this. These are the only digital cameras I use.
Really? So what is your camera of choice?
I have about 30 at home. I have a Nikon F, I have a Canon F1, I have a Rolleiflex that I bought from a mechanic here. Yeah, I'm always trying new. I've used 3 big minis, Konica big minis in the past few weeks to try to test and find the best one that I want.
Yeah.
So, always trying new ones. That's the joy of this job.
So that's why people come work here in Finland.
Yes. There's
What's it
no
like?
other place like this, honestly.
What's it like living in Finland?
It's lovely. I lived in Vermont for a long time in the U.S., so the cold doesn't really bother me so much. The snow doesn't bother me. It's the darkness is something to get used to in the winter. I mean, now it's really beautiful. There's sun all the time.
Yeah.
But November, December, it's dark at 2:30 in the
Really?
afternoon. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So you come to work, it's dark. You leave work, it's already dark.
Wow. That's amazing. So,
Yeah.
what are you shooting your digital stuff on, Nikon?
It's a Nikon full frame D600. We have another full frame there. It's an older model, but yeah, with a 60 millimeter macro lens. Pretty standard stuff. Just gets the job done. So, a couple different angles.
Do you normally? Oh, so you do all the angles?
Yep. Yeah, we want to show the customer as much as possible. I'll even show inside the camera because we do redo the light seals on a lot of these. Not this one, I don't think, but a lot of the cameras that need new light seals will get new light seals. So. All right.
then we
Did you
should be
shoot
ready.
that manually, or do you have it just set to
This
program
is
mode?
it's manual. We leave it kind of at the same settings just for the sake of the flashes, so that exposure is consistent.
Yeah.
But we do have to change it. You know, if a camera's really dark, or silver cameras especially can be slightly problematic. But we can also correct it in the next phase, which would be editing the photos.
Huh? Do you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. And you did this earlier. What was your name again?
Sasha.
Sasha showed me earlier. Yeah. So Sasha's
Yeah.
an expert at Lightroom.
So yeah, everybody in this area is doing this sort of same thing.
Oh wow.
So yeah, now we're in Lightroom. We can grab the photos of that camera. Oh, got an extra one there. And the only thing that's really important is that the entire background is blown out, basically. Just for the sake of continuity on the website. It looks a lot better like that. So I'll just write can AS1. Yeah. So this just takes a second. And now, yeah, now it should be up on the website. We'll print a label for it. So this is our label here with our barcode and then the Shopify SKU, so shopkeeping unit. That way we can find it with 2 different codes, and you can find it no matter what information you get. So
That's awesome. And so that would go somewhere.
yeah, I can show you where I would bring it.
Yeah,
So
be great.
right now we would bring it to the showroom because this is over 100 euro. Under 100 euro would go to our warehouse. This goes to the showroom. So
Okay.
I can show you that.
Whoa, this is the showroom.
So this is the showroom, yes. And I don't know if Yuho wanted you to get here yet, but yes.
well, we're
So
here.
this is the point and shoot
Doesn't
shelf.
matter what Yuho wants.
But yeah, so I'd put that right on the point and shoot shelf. So most of these have had some work done to them just to make sure they're tip-top shape.
These are 500s.
Yeah, a few of them, yeah. They're all V series, so yeah.
I don't even know what that means.
The mount is it's Hasselblad V is the mount, so it's like a 500 cm. There's 503s, yeah.
That's awesome. Hey, thank you very much. What was your name one more time?
Connor.
Connor. Cool, man. Thank you very much. You took a photo.
He's right on time.
He's
right on
at the
time.
handshake. Boom. It's like we just sold a car. Well, I'm actually, so at this point, this bad boy is on the website, right?
Yep.
So I got to get to your website before somebody else is there. So I will do that. Is that a concern? You think that one will go fast?
Well, we have a second one, so if it does sell, we have two. Yeah, we have 2.
Oh, there's the top one.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one.
I think you'll be okay if you buy it by the end of the day.
Yeah, no, that one's not the one. It doesn't have a good.
It doesn't have the strap. Yeah.
Doesn't have the strap and it doesn't have the thing. So I actually feel nervous that someone's going to buy that camera, so I'm going to do it right now before lunch. So. Wow. So I think I got it.
You can get a text message.
Yep, it's here. There's your order on a back end Shopify app.
Nice. Cool.
Now lunchy.
Lunch sounds great.
Jussi found a place that has meatballs because you're supposed to have meatballs when you're in Finland.
That's just what you're supposed to eat?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go for meatballs.
Swedes have tried to take it all away from us, but meatballs are a thing.
They're a Finland thing.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick pause in the video here before we continue the tour. We went and had meatballs, it was great, but Destin from the future here, I love the camera. I use it all the time, and the beautiful thing about getting it from the Kamerastore is that it just works. I know it works, it's high quality, and I was really surprised. The photos are incredible, even though it's a waterproof camera, and it's got the case, you know, the O-ring seal on the inside and all that. I thought you'd enjoy seeing some of the photos I took. So these are some of the 35mm photos I took with this camera after acquiring it from Kamerastore, and I'll just let you look at these while I talk to you here. So I took them to Peru. This is me swimming with the kids at Not Forgotten. We had a little pond there and all kinds of really cool stuff. We played rain soccer. That was fun. So it's really cool to have a 35mm film camera in a waterproof environment. That was really, really fun. And this is something I didn't have, and now I do, and it's awesome. I also took my family to a water park. We have all kinds of cool photos here of us goofing around at the water park. I also went to a church camp that had a big cool slide. Anyway, I love these photos, and I really liked just buying the camera, and it just worked. This is an old camera, really cool technology. Also, a lot of people wonder, can I get Kamerastore to ship things to me even if I'm in the US? The answer is yes, you can. And so I'll leave a link down in the video description with a code. If the code is still there, then if you spend a certain amount of money, then they'll give you free shipping. If the code's not there, then they're not doing that anymore, but if it's there, go for it. So anyway, I love the camera. I love the process. I thought you would like to see how they do this, how they vet the old technology to make sure it's still good, how they clean it. And yeah, that's it. So we will now continue with the tour, and I hope you enjoy it. This is a focusing tester.
Yeah.
So how does it work?
Well, it makes optical infinity over there, and you would set the lens to be at infinity, and the things there should be perfectly in focus.
I see. So I'd have to zoom in and see if everything was sharp. And so you would do that with an analog camera.
Yeah. Yeah, you would do that with any lenses basically, or don't we check every lens for infinity basically?
Not like every but
Let's
say every lens
That has an infinity.
there is also another machine for that, because with some are easier to use with this, some are easier to use with this. So, but the how you say it, like the idea is the same. It just basically simulates infinity, and you can check focusing. Also, you can check the rangefinder. So, and compare like one to another. So.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
And so all these tools, machinist tools almost, these are for mechanically measuring certain things. Like what on earth is this?
This one is measuring the focusing.
This measures focus?
Yep.
So where did you get all these tools? Where did you get all of these tools?
That's more a question for the you.
You just know how to use them though, once you get them.
I hope so.
So you acquired the tools and people like you know how to use them?
Yeah.
I mean, we still have manuals for most of them, and for those which we don't have, we have skilled mechanics that actually know how to use them.
Figure it out?
Yeah.
It's amazing. So Roman has a sensor behind this camera. This is a medium format camera, and he is testing the shutter speed time, and he's measuring it in milliseconds, right?
Yep.
And so here's my question. So for example, you're changing the value of the shutter speed. So this is 500. So give me a value that I can understand. So that's 1/500th of a second.
2 milliseconds.
Should be 2 milliseconds.
You can take a look here.
Yeah.
And that will be 500, and that will be our tolerance limits for them.
That's your limits.
Yeah.
Okay, and so let's see, if you fire it, it's 2.43 milliseconds.
Yeah, this is fine, but apparently this is 250, and that's not fine because
So
it's the
250
same.
should be 4 milliseconds.
Yep. And same with 125.
So 250, you should expect 4 milliseconds, and you're getting what?
No, that's 125 again.
So this is
yeah, this is what it gives us on
2.7. So the shutter worked on 500. Can you fire it, please? 2.43 should have been 2, but on 250,
Yep.
this should be 4 milliseconds. 2.69. 125.
Almost there.
Wow.
But now you see, now 125
Should be
does
8
this.
milliseconds. So it's not consistent at
Yep.
125th of a second.
So something is totally wrong.
So what do you do with this now?
This will go to repairs, and hopefully we'll get back to normal work.
So you'll say, hey, this camera is broken. The shutter is not consistent at this particular value.
This is more because shutter is inside the lens, so this is more like a lens problem here.
Ah, I see. It's amazing. All right, so where are we going now?
We are going to the belly of the beast.
What does that mean?
It means that we have accumulated quite a lot of spare parts and things that we can repair later on in life.
Assuming that the value goes up.
Well, not assuming anything except that manufacturing them is too difficult for it to be done efficiently, economically. So value going up is a benefit, obviously, but even with the values that we started collecting when the camera rescue project started in 2017, it would have been fine. This building used to have a train come in. That's why it's curved, because the tracks were curved. So this was a warehouse building that you could drive a train into.
That's fun.
The belly starts from here.
Okay, that's $400.
I don't know if you want to show your face when you look there, or you want to show.
Why? Because it's a it's a lot of cameras. Okay. Yeah.
So the belly of the beast is long and winding, like, and here again your favorite Olympus Mu 2 spare parts. So you needed this, I believe.
I needed this part right here, this door.
Which is this?
That's a different one. Oh yeah, it is.
It is.
Yeah.
So I'll take this into my pocket.
Well, that's a zoom, right?
It's a quartz state.
Yeah. So it'll work.
It might be the same.
So we'll
But,
take that into your pocket.
I'll take.
Oh wow.
That has been already sourced. That part. This one too.
Oh yeah.
It's you're not alone with your problem, for sure. There we go.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So I think this is the right one. I'll put it into my pocket and let the guys help you upstairs probably with it.
All right.
But
wow. So this is. Holy cow! It's just a box of them.
yes.
You got some random ones in there too.
So what's your favorite camera model?
I mean, like just for film cameras.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a popular one is a Nikon 35 Ti.
Yeah, that's electronic, so the box won't be so big. But if we go Nikon, for example, it's FM, a box of FMs, a box of FEs, another box of FEs, a third box of FEs, FM2, FE2, then Nikon F, 2 boxes of F2s, F3s, 2 boxes, and so forth. And a very popular one that almost everyone has is a Canon AE1. And
AE1, yeah.
with Canon AE1 we have 1 box, 2 box, 3 box, 4 box, 5 box, 6 box, 7 box.
And so you'll just come down here and get a part.
Well, these are also repair queue, so might have been that okay, we are running low on the sales side for AE1s, then someone comes and takes 10 and starts working on them, and then we have. But
so this is your stock. So this is like preparing for a rainy day is what this stuff is.
it's partly that, and it's partly the issue is that these cameras exist in the world for now. The original owners are alive now.
Yes.
But in 20 years, how many of them will be here?
Where's the A1? Canon A1.
A1.
A1. Oh,
One,
A1.
2, 3 boxes.
So, like if I pull this out, so these are quote unquote good cameras.
Well, these are, they have something wrong with them. What it is
so you
an
could
IT system.
So you could make 3. Well, so you could take 3 cameras and make 2 good ones.
Maybe, or then we could. I mean, most of the time it's just giving it a full CLA, which
CLA stands
like
for
cleaning, lubrication, and adjustment, which actually means that you take it apart completely and do the cleaning necessary for each part, and do the lubrication for each part that needs a new lubrication, and then you put it back together and you test obviously at every phase with the testing machines that you're doing correctly, and then most cameras will be just fine after that. But the problem is that a CLA for a A1, depending on your skill level, might be from 2 hours to 8 hours or 16 hours.
So how do you have people that know exactly how to do this? Because I've repaired some of my own cameras, and you have to take this screw off, and you have to use a special tool to lubricate, and
Yes.
it's very specific for each camera.
It is very specific, and that's not even the hard part. The hard part is that, of course, you can figure it out. Like a good, smart engineer basically can open something and put it back together if he has endless time and if he has a lot of time to do research. But is it put back together the correct way so that when the next guy goes repair it in 20 years, everything is repairable? Because a lot of the things we see is that material comes from do-it-yourself repairs, which means that it cannot be repaired anymore, or it is 3 times as cumbersome to repair it than just a normal gunked up one would be. So that's the part of the problem of do-it-yourself, is that there are certain techniques and certain ways to do it that you're supposed to do it, so that it is the longevity of it is secured.
Wow. And so you've purchased these?
Yeah, we've all purchased these with cash from people. So that is obviously a small economical problem for us, but yes.
Do you have the Fuji GA645?
GA645 is again very electronic, so I'm not sure if we have any.
So
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
why? Because they may not work. So here's a Rolly 35.
Because they are quite impossible to repair, because you would need the electronic parts, and which nobody has.
I see.
I mean, mechanics we can do, but if the circuits are dead, then they are dead.
Yeah, and the zoom, like that's the Achilles heel of that camera, right? Is the zoom on the back.
Yeah, for example, I think that camera we've actually remanufactured the flex cables.
Yes.
That break, so we can do that, and it's just a cable, so it's not a cable has no identity in itself. So that kind of electrical problems we can do.
Yeah, this way, sir. Hold my coffee.
Yes.
We didn't have a super wide for you. It's a problem. Then we come here and then we see that, well, how many super wides do we have here? And then we start repairing. But repairing one could take like 2 or 3 days.
Wow.
This is the wide angle lens and it has body in it. But like you saw, let's say film backs.
Oh my goodness. Hasselblad film blacks. Yeah.
Film backs, or when it comes to like normal bodies, we don't have them that much. But like repairing them just takes a lot of time.
Just a box full of Hasselblads.
Yeah.
Yeah, and these like lenses, boxes full of lenses, and it's not that we hoard them here because we want to invest in them. It's just they are broken and we just don't have the time to do them all at once. And then again, if we have a few available online, then when we sell them, then we come back here and then we gather up the ones that need the least amount of attention, and then we just try to make them work again.
And when we started getting these, there was no, doubling of prices every year. So it wasn't a speculative, okay, well, let's hoard stuff.
It wasn't cool to do at the time.
Yeah, and it wasn't like some kind of speculative economics that, okay, we hoard stuff and that makes prices go up. And that's something we get accused of every now and then. Everything that is sellable, we put available straight away. But these are not sellable as is. They need love, and love needs hands, and hands we don't have endlessly.
Yeah. So these are all film backs.
Yeah.
Which
these, for example, are quite easy to teach, and many of our mechanics students then start with
the film backs?
Hasselblad film backs, because it's a rather simple thing to teach, and it's rather easy to know if it's correctly done or not.
Mm.
We have so many types of boxes here because they come from different old repair shops. Like this one, I remember driving into Newcastle, UK, with a van and loading up these colorful ones.
You drove from here to the UK?
Yes, to get a repair shop. It was specialized in Olympus repairs.
Wow.
North England, the Olympus repairs. And then there was this and quite a lot more.
Mamiya belly.
Wow.
Then we can put them apart or we can manufacture new parts. But this is really delicate. They will be really angry if we mess this up.
Oh my goodness.
But this is like one certain model, the parts needed. So either we have bought like old repair shop with new parts, or we have manufactured them, or just disassembling like broken bodies. And they might do like a few weeks. We ask, why haven't you repaired anything? They have, well, we have done this, and this is the future.
That's amazing.
And
That's I'm seeing those
like
gears.
just manufacturing all of this, you can imagine how much work it would be.
I'm just going to get some B-roll shots here.
Yeah. And this is just one model. These are custom made for one model.
These are new?
No, these are, well, yes, they are unused.
That's just a little spring. Like that spring right there. If you need that spring, you don't know where to get it.
Yes.
Or then we look 645,000S, like different parts.
Different model.
Golly. This is important
Yeah.
to keep this stuff rolling.
Yeah, and I can't imagine how many hours has humanity designed these in the first place.
This
with
is,
pen and paper, for example.
yeah, this is only for the finder.
This is only for the flippity thing that you flipped with the Hasselblad, but
Yeah.
on a 645. And these are the parts for the finder.
Wow. Can I see the prism? Do we actually have the glass as well? These are just the parts.
Yeah, front plate,
Name
and
plate.
then the PD prism I think has a light meter, if I remember correctly. So yeah, there's some electronics parts that take light meter readings forward.
The old wiring harnesses. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So the mat, well, yeah, Yashica. So you have a lot of 645 parts. So you clearly bought out somebody that had a bunch of repair parts.
Yeah, we have Mamiya. I think we have both Finland, Sweden, and Norway's old stock, but that's still very little. Somewhere in the US, they have US Mamiya old stock,
Tons of it.
which is 60 times as much as we would have. They're somewhere in the US.
Nobody knows where.
No, I mean probably someone knows, but we don't.
You're the last ones to know. The people that are actually doing the repairs actually know where everything is.
So we might have like old bodies in here, just like dead ones that we then cannibalize for parts, because nobody has sold us Canon FD new spare parts.
Yeah.
But this is where we get the spare parts.
Pentax. So a lot of SLRs. Rolly 35. Oh. Okay. That's interesting in their various conditions. Like that clearly got wet at some point.
So,
These are all Hasselblad shutters.
yeah, and full assemblies technically, so they have no lenses, but they
Just
have
the lens, the glass broke.
Yeah.
So where would you get this stuff?
These, for example, were Cinema rehoused the glass, and the rehousing company sold us the mechanics.
For a reasonable price?
Yes. So now we have. Technically, some of these would be fully working. They just don't have the glass.
Yeah. It's kind of an important part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess Mark Hama must have everything for the Mat 124G, because I sent him mine that was broken and he just fixed it.
Yeah, and I think that's the other way this problem could be solved, and partly will be solved, is by special people focusing on just one or two models, and then sourcing or recreating all the parts for that certain model, and being very fast at repairing it. And then there would be, the one guy that does this one body, and he's wherever in the world, and all people shooting that one body send to him via logistics. That the only problem with that is that obviously if that one guy goes, then
Yeah, that's it.
yeah.
So these are the Yashica Electra. Yeah, I've had problems with that. Actually, we repaired that one in the top. We didn't know how to index this right here. That meter, or that dial.
Yeah.
So it's one thing to have the parts.
Yeah.
It's quite another to know how to actually put the parts on, which I've come into that problem several times.
Yeah.
Can I take a? Is this secret? Like
No.
Can I take a picture with my phone?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I don't want to do anything that's not.
Yeah, this is by no means the secret. It's au contraire. This is what we want the people to know, that we are gathering these so that.
You want everybody to know that you have this stockpile.
No, well, we want everybody to know that if they find anything like this, they can sell it to us. But what we don't do, we don't sell spare parts. We really don't want to encourage people to just figure it out yourself. No, it's not that easy. Like nobody encourages people. Oh, you have a Rolex. Just open it up and do this and that. I mean, this is the same thing that. It's not that easy, and probably you will cut corners and you will more do damage, so that's why we don't really sell spare parts at all.
And then the other problem that is when someone is asking for it, it will take one of our mechanics to go and find it, because they are the ones that stored it here. So that's away from them repairing material.
A camera that can be sold.
Yeah.
So this is a Leica, which is an expensive camera.
Yeah.
So you would buy this from somebody for how much?
A broken one for $500.
Okay,
but
so $500. And so after you have it for $500, you have to put the labor into fixing it.
Yeah.
And then you would sell it for double at least, for $1,000.
Well, it would a fully fixed one would go almost $2,500 now, maybe. So there is.
But I saw
in Leicas there is.
I saw the room up there. You have like 20-something people employed, right?
25 full-time, yeah.
So you have enough profit margin from doing this to support all those people full-time.
Yeah, and the training is the hard part.
Yeah. That's a lot. I mean, like, your margins have to be pretty low.
Well, we don't make a profit.
You don't?
Or the profit is here. This is the profit.
This room is the profit we have made in 10 years.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
So and it hasn't turned out into cash money yet, and it won't turn it out into cash money in quite some time. But then again, for some random auction house, this would be trash. But for us, this is the future, and with this amount of material, we can keep this going for 10 years.
Yeah, and basically this is a mine, and the miners are being trained upstairs, and in the next decades or so they will get their pay for being miners of this room.
Wow. So can we meet some of the people that are actually doing the repairs?
We can try.
We can try. Yeah. Because they're pretty quiet, right?
They're pretty quiet, and
number one, people in Finland, like if you make eye contact, that's aggressive, right?
Yes. Yes.
Like the fact I'm a bit much for the normal Finnish person. So is that true?
Yes, and me and Jussi are not very Finnish in that sense, that we are quite social. But yeah,
it's fun. It's fun, and also I feel awkward because every time I make eye contact and smile, it's like, oh, what are you doing?
Okay, so what you're about to see is interesting because it's a cultural mismatch. I'm a loud American, right? Okay, I'm a loud American. Mm-hmm. And the Finnish people are very quiet and reserved. And so I just walk up to Jukka, who's the master, and I just start talking. Like, this guy knows how to repair everything. And I basically am being offensive to Jukka. Is that right?
Well, not offensive, but you did amazingly well. There's guys who've tried for years to get through to Jukka get invited to spend some time with Jukka, and they've not succeeded. And
I got invited to the table.
Yeah.
We connected over mechanics, and you'll see this interaction. So this is an American and a Finnish cultural divide, and this is us building a bridge together. It's a great moment, right?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
It's okay?
Yes.
Thank you. So you're the master.
I think
We check first, does this work?
What kind of camera is that?
Like a 1D here. Very old.
That's amazing.
This color is super strong.
Is Leica your specialty? And are you Tony that everyone's told me about?
What?
Are you Tony?
No.
No.
No. It's very correct.
So it's good.
Amazing. A little bit long. No. Tolerance.
So you have all the numbers memorized.
This is shutter curtain times. This is shutter times.
Yeah.
Yes. Half second. This is good. Oh, it's good.
It's amazing.
Yes.
It's down to the 2 milliseconds, so it's repeatable down. It's a mechanical system.
Mechanical. It's very old camera.
Yeah.
I don't know. Germany technician is very good.
Yeah, the German technicians are good. So this is fascinating. A mechanical device that goes down to the millisecond repeatedly. Can you do that multiple times, please? 140.
This is 30.
35.
Yes. It's tolerance.
Yeah. Can you do the same time over and over and over?
Yes. It's correct time. It's tolerance minimum.
20 milliseconds is correct. Okay. 35.
Keep very fine.
That is very repeatable. 35.8
Yes.
milliseconds. Wow.
Mechanical.
That's amazing.
60 years of camera.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's
Leica
incredible.
is good.
Leica's good. So the gearing, how does it make the time? How does it?
Mechanical.
Is there
Like
a gears?
There is the gear. How can I say English? Gearbox or something.
Gearbox.
Mm.
It's very, very good design.
This brake, mechanical brake.
Yeah. Yeah. So it has a brake that stops it.
Brake? Yes. Brake.
Do you know how to fix it?
Yes, of course. I push the button, then brake, braking a little bit and go.
Yeah.
One braking and there second good time go. Mechanical only.
It's amazing.
Amazing.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. That was the best fake cleaning I've ever seen. He had already finished the camera and he said, "I'll spray it again for you." So, right? That's great.
You got invited to see the rest of the camera on the table.
Oh, the
If you
Leica?
want. Yeah, if you want.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
So he's okay. Was this the master?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Juk.
Juk. Juk's nice. Is it okay if I watch you, Juk? Can I watch?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is all mechanism.
The whole thing is mechanical.
Yes. This is all. It's only cover. It's very simple.
Yeah, it is.
Yes. It's all.
But this is the, this right here is the mechanism right there.
Yeah, it's other mechanism.
I'm a mechanical engineer. That's what I do. This is far smarter than I am, though. Can I see how it when you strike it? Is it right here?
Yes. One.
Oh yeah. Can you hold it there? And I want to look here. Okay, ready?
Just maybe.
Oh yeah. Perfect. Yeah. See my camera here? Yeah. Oh no, it didn't show.
It's sharp.
Yeah. Oh, you can see the gear rolling.
Yeah.
So it spins around a certain number of times based on the speed.
Yeah. Maybe one more.
Ready? How do you say ready in Finnish?
Valmis. Valmis.
Valmis?
Valmis.
Valmis.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, forgive me. Is this the shutter speed? What is this value?
It's long shutter speed.
How long the shutter speed is? Yeah.
1 second. It's long. And this is half.
Wow. So 8, that should be 125 milliseconds. How do you say that in Finnish?
125 osa sekuntia.
Is it hard to say in Finnish? Valmis.
Valmis.
Valmis?
Valmis.
Valmis, yeah.
Laukaisu.
Okay. And so that's 125. And so if I rotate this to this
1 second.
1 second.
Yes.
Valmis. Yeah, that's good.
And fasted only here.
Okay, this is the shutter speed here.
Yes. It's 1000.
Ah, 1 millisecond.
$250.
So that's 4 milliseconds. All mechanical. That's amazing.
Yes.
It's incredible.
And very simple.
How that's how old that is that? That's from the
55 something.
Yeah, so that's 70 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay. So this is Jukka, and Jukka is an expert in Leicas, right?
Right.
That's your thing.
Correct.
And you've been doing it for a long time, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And so Jukka just showed.
This Mamiya.
This is from Mamiya, 1989. So this is your certification.
I was born. I was 6 months old at that point.
So it's cute that Juho has a company having to do with cameras, but Jukka's been certified since Juho was born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is Ari, and Jukka is teaching Ari how to fix Leicas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is this? What are you working on?
So this is the modernized version of those very classic camera testing machines, which are mostly from like 70s throughout the 90s era machines.
So you have to have feedback. You have to have something to go on the back of the camera.
Yeah. So
What do you have? You have a wand?
there's this kind of light source box, and then we got this sensor.
Did you make this?
Yeah, it's connected.
Jukka, I'm going to ask Jukka a question. Jukka, do you like it running in a computer like this, or do you prefer the old numbers?
Maybe old is better.
Yeah, because it's simple.
Maybe it's the same, but maybe this is only prototype. We don't know how this works.
Yeah, just prototype. Yeah.
It will be more like the laptop will be on top of this machine, and then the testing is mainly done like, I don't know if you guys already checked out the older machines, but it is the kinds of stuff that you attach. There isn't any visible numbers going on now because this is in prototype stage.
Still software.
Yeah, we need the software for the user interface, so then we can get the like values going on. Yeah.
So you're changing the light value.
Yeah, from this
Yeah.
terminal software, and now we can like.
I'm with Jukka. Older is better. It's simpler, right? That's good.
Yeah.
That looks really nice. But ultimately, you would have a screen here with the numbers.
Yeah.
So you put the camera in, hit the values.
Probably the laptop will be on top of this. Now I have been keeping my notes here. So, but at the final stage there will be some kind of tablet or laptop, or I don't know what is the like the monitor thing which is on top of this. But this is kind of one box, and then you need some kind of laptop or something.
Yeah.
Which you can use the software.
This is original.
Yeah. And here is the.
Yeah, you can tell that's an injection mold.
Yeah.
And this is the new one.
Yeah, it fits there.
So you guys are trying to use modern technology to repair some of the old ones as well.
Old ones are. There isn't any spare parts easily available, so we need replacement.
So you have to build a catalog of 3D parts.
Yeah, that's probably in the future it will be more and more efficient to create some library out of the models, so then we can print the part whenever it's needed.
So you just pull up a camera and you can see the 3D parts and start making them.
Yeah, that's the mostly. Somebody has to scan it and model, or then make it from the scratch. But
that's awesome. Well, thank you very much for showing me that. I appreciate that. Why are you building a new tester?
Well, it might be a game changer in how, because most of the shops and people cannot test their cameras, even if they would want to, because there isn't enough of those old machines. So the game changer aspect of this is not only that it does what the old machines do, but it can be connected to software. So instead of our guys going and saying, okay, I went through all the shutter speeds and they were all okay, we can go beep.
Here's your printout.
And here's your shutter speeds, and it goes straight into the web shop or a certificate or what's or not.
So the real reason is Jukka needs his own machine right here. You get the old machine right here, and it's yours only. Everybody else can have the new one. They can line up, but Jukka gets his own machine.
Yes.
Is that the problem?
Yeah. That's basically it.
That's what we're doing?
Yeah.
And I'm going to turn your volume back up, Jukka. Thank you for allowing me to talk to you.
It's okay, it's okay.
It's okay? Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you. Yeah. I appreciate that. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the idea of, I want to go all the way down the rabbit hole right now of how a shutter is mechanically controlled to within 4 milliseconds.
Yes.
Every time, or 4 milliseconds exactly. Well, we can't do that. It's going to take too long.
Yeah, and then there's different types of shutters. There's shutters that go up and down. There's shutters that are central shutters. There's shutters that go left to right and right to left, and all of them can do those kind of speeds. And they could do that in the 50s, which is 70 years ago, without any electronic calculation on how to make it and how to what kind of springs you need to do to make it exact and so forth, and they managed to do it then, and that's I think very fascinating.
Can we run the old machine?
Yeah, here's a 1977 machine, 1983 made machine. This is even a Finland made machine.
Really?
This is how they did it in Leica in the 1930s.
No way.
Yes, this, I don't know if it actually runs, but it has a spinning thing with a light coming through, and then you shoot it, and then it shows kind of different sights because it has
the wave. You see the waveform?
Yeah, you see the waveform because it has slits and it goes at a certain speed, and then with this one was what they used to calibrate Leicas before.
So they just count the number.
Yeah, or it kind of like, it has a certain form at 250th of a second, and a certain different form at 1/500th of a second.
It's how do you solve a super fast timing problem if you don't have solid state electronics?
Yeah.
That's awesome. This is great. Hey man, that's cool. I'm happy.
Great.
Is there anything else you can think that I need to see?
No. I think that's it. I mean, we have a YouTube studio, but you've seen plenty of those.
Yeah.
And then,
Can I see this old film back here? We'll look at the film.
yeah,
Yeah. What is the story here?
this is the end of the line. So when items have been checked, photographed, all good, on the website, on Kamerastore, they end up in this warehouse.
And you actually sell film on Kamerastore?
Yeah, we have also film, limited quantities of because of production issues in the world currently, but we have film, we have everything. Our specialty is that we have all kinds of like odd things that are really, really odd. We list everything. We try to keep everything circulating. So then there is a stock for a Leica. This is a gun stock, for example.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. It's for the Tellut Leica R, and
That's a remote trigger.
yeah, and it's, you would have a 400 or a 600 or 800 millimeter, and to keep it steady, you would. And I mean, obviously it's Leica, but many places would never list this kind of stuff.
So you're building the brains that will take this information forward.
Yeah, yeah. All of this also has now a catalog item. So whenever we get a EcoBlitz 3 the next time, which is or 5, which is some kind of flash from the forgotten eras, then we will have to do less work because it's already in the system, and we have some idea of what it's worth and what it is for and so forth. So the broader it goes, the less know-how the person that actually is processing items needs to have to know what he's doing. The system tells more. You want stickers?
Yes, I want a sticker.
There. Oh, here you can have your X-Pan.
I've never touched an X-Pan.
We can see if there is one in the showroom still.
What do you have? So there's an X-Pan, and what is this?
Mamiya 7. Mamiya,
I've never touched an X-Pan or a Mamiya.
Mamiya RB67.
I have touched one of those.
Canon F1, and there is there was a Nikon back in the day also. So there we go. Nikon F2.
Nice.
Let's go and see if there's the X-Pan still.
Yeah. Thank you. Is this the licorice?
It's a chocolate.
Do you put it in the? So are you the shipping guy?
Yeah, I'm actually covering our head of logistics, who is on holiday right now. So yeah, I'm the second logistics guy.
So you would have shipped my camera to me if I bought it from you.
Sure. Yeah.
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 So you get it, and you put candy in the boxes.
Yeah, we put 2 candies every box.
Can I steal a candy?
Of course.
Thank you.
We also saved you some film.
Oh yeah? Can we see the X-Pan real quick?
Yeah.
I'll be back. There's that camera right there. So I actually have that camera. Is it any good? Yeah. I bought it. Yeah, I bought it from a thrift store. What do you think about it?
It's definitely different.
It is. Yeah. Do people buy it?
I guess. I'm about to put it on the website, so
We'll see what happens.
we'll see.
That's awesome. Thanks.
If you want to see what the F2, how many pieces a simple F2 is comprised of, then that's it.
Golly. That's amazing. Okay, so that's the end of the circular economy piece. And what I want to do now is there's a couple of other clips that don't really fit anywhere. Like there's a really cool film vending machine. You call it automat?
Yeah, film automat.
Okay, so I'm just going to show you that because it's interesting. And then at the end, I ask Juho in Finland a couple of interesting questions, and we'll just leave it there. Does that work for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So that's Camera Rescue, and I'm going to ask Juho some big questions off camera. Obviously, you came to Alabama, so we're still friends. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's really fun. Which one did you? Whoa! What?
How did you? How did that happen? Somebody hadn't gotten.
Did you have an app? How did you do that?
No, it shouldn't.
Maybe try that. Was there like prepaid?
So they were showing me the vending machine, and I hit a button that got some Nectar.
Did it just open a second?
It just
Yeah, it opened.
opened a second time. Oh, that's interesting. Yoo-ho, you might want to check out your vending machine. It's giving away free film. Photographers from all over Europe are now running to Denver. That was funny.
Film for you. Now you can use the expand.
So why did you bring me here?
I wanted to get you excited about cameras. I mean, I know you're excited about film, but cameras, they're special in a sense that they did 3 generations of memories of humanity. Film cameras did. And then there is all the people who were involved in engineering all of them. There's 15,000 accessories. Every single one had a few engineers doing them, and they exist. And something might be in the milliseconds correct 100 years later than it was manufactured and designed, and it's a part of history that I don't want to get lost in the world. And you know, we have our thing here, but around the world there are people that can rescue cameras from their neighborhood, from their grandparents, whatever, get them into people's hands who understand the value of those precious items and how much they have a history both in memories and in technological advancement. And if you get that from this visit, that was my goal.
And that's why you started Camera Rescue.
And that was why I started Camera Rescue, yeah.
Thank you, Yoo-ho. Thank you. I appreciate it. And that's why you let me take over your life for 4 days.
Yep.
Or it was 5.
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
Yeah, that's also national pride. Finland is much better than you would expect.
Yeah. You spent a lot of time telling me how awesome Finland was. Do you know you did that?
Yeah, well, I guess I do it with all my guests. But
It's good.
Yeah.
All right, I hope you enjoyed this video here on the second channel. This is a very behind the scenes, not a lot of editing going on here. Everything is just there, just kind of raw. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to, consider subscribing to the second channel. There's a larger following here than I ever thought would happen. So if you'd like to subscribe to Smarter Everyday 2, you can do that. You can support on Patreon at patreon.com/smartereveryday. Another thing, if you like cameras and you enjoyed this, you can go to Kamerastore.com and you can go check out what they're doing in Finland. And you can consider getting a camera and just starting to shoot. It's really fun. At Kamerastore, they check out the cameras, they make sure they're a good product, they're buying the cameras from people. It's all part of the circular economy that Yoo-ho and Musicy and the whole team are working on. So it's a really cool thing. They didn't pay me to go there. They didn't buy my tickets there or anything like that. I went to Finland because I wanted to check this out, and it was really cool, and I'm glad I did. And I think I came out of it with friends, which is a really cool thing. So if you'd like to check it out, Kamerastore.com, that's Kamerastore with a K. Go buy a camera, and I think if you look in the video description here, there may be a code for free shipping if you spend a certain amount of money. If that code is not in the video description, then that is no longer a thing. But for a short period of time, I think it's gonna be a thing, so go check it out. Anyway, that's it. I'm Destin. I'm grateful for you. Thank you for watching this whole video. Have a good one. Bye.